Good morning. This is Dr. Derwa, and I am going to show you how to create your portfolio in chalk and wire for your graduation requirements. All graduating seniors are required to complete this portfolio so that they can submit their liberal arts reflection essay as well as any documents needed by their department for assessment. You'll go to the Chalk and Wire site at chalkandwire.com, select Login, type in MilSAPS, and then from the MilSAPS page, you'll use your login to go into the site. If you've forgotten your login information for Chalk and Wire, please do come to see Ms. Sales or myself, Dr. D, over in Johnstone Hall, or you can email us and we will help you to get yourselves logged in. I've put in my login name and my password, so I'm going to log in now. And you'll see I'm on my student page. I'm looking at all of the information from so many assessments that I've had done. I've been a busy student, but today what I want to do is create a brand new portfolio. So I'm going to go to my menu. I'm going to select my coursework and then new portfolio. Here I'll type in the name of my portfolio. I will call this my senior portfolio. And then from the table of contents, I'm going to select the appropriate portfolio. When you come to this screen, you're going to see the information for the different departments that you belong to. You'll be able to see under the table of contents the specific portfolios you have access to. When I click here for Annie, I can see that she has access to the Compass portfolio, which she's already created, the Writing Proficiency portfolio, which she's also already done, and now she has a senior portfolio for a non-specific major. If you have a declared major, which most students do, your senior portfolio will be for the major that you have declared, or you'll be choosing from the majors that are available in the department to which you are assigned. Annie, however, has no department, so she's going to pick senior portfolio non-specific major. This is what will be used by students who are doing self-designed majors and don't have a particular department that their major belongs to. We create the portfolio, and this should be very familiar to you. You've done this multiple times already. You'll see that there are a number of items that we have to select from in creating our portfolio. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. All right, so we have this reflection on the liberal arts essay, or the Laney essay, which is something that all students have to complete as a graduation requirement. You'll upload it here, and I'll show you what to do with that in a moment. There's a section here for a senior seminar research paper if the student has written one of those, and for oral presentation and comprehensives. Your portfolio will look different depending on what it is that your department has identified as the items that they want, but they will tell you in these links what it is that they want to see you turning in. So we're going to start first off with this reflection on the liberal arts essay. When I get here, I see a page should look familiar to you. This is where you upload work. You'll see the instructions here. Please upload your senior reflection here. Before you submit your work, you will need to indicate whether or not you would like your essay considered for the Laney Award in the form below. You'll look here, there's a Laney contest form. Would you like your essay to be considered for the Laney Award? Sure, I'd love to be eligible for that prize. I'm going to save it. Now I still need to upload a document because I can't submit anything if there's nothing there to submit. I go to Add Content and Add File. I need to close that first. Okay. Add File. And then I'm going to find my file wherever it may be. I'll go here to Add Files and we'll take a document. Okay. So we'll pretend that's my Laney essay. All right, and we're uploading that now. It's uploaded. I'm going to close this. Now I'll see my Laney essay, or the essay I've put up there, is there. I have the green submit button, so I'm ready to submit. I can click on this, and what I'll see is that my the rubric, the Laney scoring rubric, will be submitted to Laney essay submission. So basically, my essay has been submitted to a pool of readers. I click submit, and it's done. All right. I can review my submission if I want to, but this shows me it was submitted on this date, and it was submitted to the Laney Essay Assessor Pool. I'm going to close this. All right, and then now my whole document is done. I've submitted the work. It's showing that it's submitted here. I've also got this box here beneath where it says I've submitted it to a particular rubric, and I want to show you this because this holds true for every single page that you do. If you've made a mistake and you have submitted incorrectly, like you submitted the wrong version of a document, or maybe you put the wrong person's name in, all you do is click on these three little blocks and you'll get a pop-up menu that allows you to do, among other things, withdraw your submission. So if I click withdraw, that assessment has been withdrawn. So now it's no longer there, and when I return to the page, you'll see it reads as not submitted. There's still a document here, so I'm getting the green box that says I can submit, but I want to change this. So I can click on this little gear, delete this document. Now you'll notice I've got a gray box again because there's nothing there to submit. So I'll need to upload another file and do the process again. But now I will only actually be submitting the one document that I want to submit. So use that little button that's there if you've made a mistake when you're submitting your work. Let's go back to our table of contents and look at the rest of it. So here I'm going to submit a senior seminar research paper. Pretty much the same thing. The instructions here say, please upload your senior seminar research paper here. It can be in .doc, .pdf, or RTF formats. When you've completed your upload, submit your work as instructed by your major advisor. So you will get an email from your department chair or from your major advisor telling you what you need to put into your portfolio and who you need to send that work to. So I'm going to add some content here to show you how this is done. We'll add another file. And I'm navigating to file. We'll grab the same one we grabbed it before. I'm going to upload that file. And I may have multiple files here that I need to upload on this one page, or just the one. We're just going to do this one file. I'm going to click Submit. And now I have to add the names of the people to whom I wish to submit my work. I'm going to send it to our usual assessor, whose name is Ann Assessor. Okay, it's our faculty member. We submit, and now I can see that my work has been sent to this assessor using, in this case, a generic rubric, but depending on your department, it'll say whatever the department rubric is. The system knows where it needs to go. As far as the rubric, you just have to put in the right name and the date that it was submitted, and I hit close. Again, note I can withdraw this if I want to. I'm happy with this. This is what I want, so I'm not going to withdraw it. But if I needed to, if I'd sent it to the wrong person, or if I had sent the wrong document, I could withdraw it and make some changes and then submit it again. So this content is submitted. I'm going to go back to my table of contents. You'll notice I've got a green dot here, and I could continue on. For oral presentation and comprehensives and some other things that you might see in your department, you might see the word offline. If you have an offline assessment, then you're either going, it's usually because you're assessing something that, or they have to assess something that can't necessarily be represented in a digital form. For example, perhaps they're using your oral comprehensive exams or an oral presentation that you've given to assess oral communication. So you might be asked just to put in something as a placeholder text so that they can do the assessment. So the instructions here say if you have an artifact to upload here that represents your oral presentation, could be a PowerPoint file, a link to a video, or an outline, for example, then upload that item here. If you do not have an artifact, please create a text block. See the top item in the drop-down menu, noting that this is the placeholder item for your oral presentation. When you've completed doing that, submit your work as instructed. You'll notice here, and I'll do the text block for you here because I don't have a PowerPoint or anything to put up here. So I'm going to create a text block. I'm just going to say this is my placeholder text, placeholder for oral presentation. You could really type anything here. You could even put in a picture if you wanted to or whatever, but you just need to have some text there. I'm going to close that. Now you see there's my placeholder text, and now I can actually submit because the page has something to submit. So I'm going to submit that work. I'm going to submit it to my assessor again. and submit. Click the submit button. All right, and there we go. Now that's been submitted. Go back to my table of contents. You see these two pieces are submitted. The only thing I have to do remaining is to get my Laney essay submitted. So let's finish that. We'll just put a text block up in its place right now. This is my Laney essay. Please give us more than that for a Laney essay. All right, so there we go. I've got my Laney essay up. Oh, you can't do that because it's got to be a file. So we'll get a file. Okay. All right, so there's my Laney essay again. I can submit, and it's going to go to the assessment pool. It's been submitted. I click close. Everything's done there. And now when I go back to my page, my senior portfolio, everything is complete. I've submitted all of my work, and I'm done. That's it. If you have any questions about this process, you need help with figuring out how to use chalk and wire, please feel free to contact myself. You'll see my email down here on Chalk and Wire, or Miss Sales, who is also in Johnstone Hall. We can certainly help you with any Chalk and Wire questions that you have. If you have questions about the documents you need to submit, you're going to want to talk to your major advisor or your department chair. I wish you the very best as you complete your Millsaps education, and we look forward to seeing your Laney work and seeing you cross the stage in May. Take care.